Hello, my name is Brad Sellers from aPlus Attendance. The purpose of this short video is to introduce you to our contact tracing report, which we have just released. The contact tracing report is designed to allow you to track down anyone who has crossed paths with a student who may have identified as testing positive for COVID. It's a response to be ready for when you return to on-site classes or hybrid classes with on-site and remote components. The way that the report works is you can enter a student's ID or a list of students' ID or a list of student IDs if multiple students have reported that they've tested positive. You can then go ahead and define a date range for which you want to look back across. In this case, we're going to look back across 2.5 weeks. I'm going to talk about seating plans shortly. You can choose to include subsequent sessions, such as maybe if a session was directly after a session where the infected student was present, you may wish to pull that in. You can choose which attendance statuses to include. This is important as if you have a hybrid approach where you have some students attending remotely, they may have a different attendance status, such as attended Zoom or attended remote. And by excluding those statuses because those students weren't in the room, it means you have less students to include in your contact list. You can treat students who had no attendance recorded as attended. This means if an instructor forgets to take attendance, if attendance recording isn't mandated, then it means the report can still work. When we select next, it gives us a short summary of which student was infected, the date range that we're looking back across for their contacts, and which attendance statuses we're including as meaning students were in the room with that student. We get a list of the courses that student was enrolled in and a list of the sessions that they may have crossed paths of other students within. You can go ahead at this point and exclude sessions. If you believe that sessions are low risk, maybe it was a lab where students were 6 feet apart, maybe it was a lecture theatre where there was a very limited attendance and everyone sat a good distance apart, you may wish to exclude those sessions. Once we select show contacts, it gives us a list of the faculty who were in those rooms with the infected student. It gives us a list of the students who also crossed paths with that infected student. There's a few different views here. You may wish to simply go ahead and copy their email addresses into a bulk email that includes direction based on your university or community college's policy for what to do in this situation. There is also a detailed view of attendance records if you want to see specifically by student, session and course. All of these reports and tables can be extracted to CSV or Excel. Going back to discuss seating plans, prior to the fall semester we will have an enhancement to allow instructors to set up a seating plan for their class, and what this will allow you to do is if you run a contact tracing report, you will be able to turn this on and then elect to include only students who sit within 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seats of a student. So you can choose the proximity of which students you believe are at risk and then only include those on the contact tracing report. And this will allow you to cut down on your contact list from maybe hundreds of students to perhaps 20 or 30. And that concludes the demo. This feature can be deployed to you upon request. Just let us know if you would like it, and we'd certainly be happy to get it installed and take you through how to use it. Thank you.